Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, All People's Island. Start fishing for a god-level mermaid. Chapter 101. Shaw, it's really strong. Afuli's slender jade legs were covered with crystal beads of sweat. Leave the environmental training ground. Lie weakly on the sofa by the door. A few days have passed since the duel time. During this period, she has been soaking in the practice field. Adjust the sparring attribute to be exactly the same as the Shadow Angel. But the strength of the two is quite different. The sparring battle begins. The other party has no reservations at all. When it's time to prepare, it's completely hidden. Then seize the opportunity to attack. It takes less than 2 seconds. You can easily defeat her, even if it is a god-level Shadow Angel of the same level. It is only a matter of time before she is defeated. Whether facing Albetha or Sauron Fia, Afri relies on her combat instincts and extreme speed. Can beat both in the practice field. Only Shadow Angel. Too tricky. Time is too fast. If there is more time, maybe we can find a way to capture Shaw. Afri stroked her capable silver hair. Helplessly sighed. Hey, long-legged sister. When small briquettes pass by, seeing a filly on the sofa, she immediately smiled. Mysteriously, Shishi came to her and said, "Thank you for accompanying me to do the experiment the day before yesterday. Now the project has come to fruition." "Yes, congratulations." Avery was a little depressed. This is only enough to reach the little man around his waist. Ming Ming is older than himself. Hard to call my sister. The results of the experiment will definitely make you very satisfied. The little coal ball took out a blueprint in his hand. Eyes full of pride. Oh, what results? Lin Yi came over upon hearing the sound. He also holds a piece of jewelry equipment in his hand. It is a high-rank artifact that has just been caught from the Sea of God's domain. It can enhance spiritual strength by nearly 20 points. I am about to consider giving it to Na Ke. I heard the discussion between Little Briquette and a filly. Yeah, boss. The little coal ball immediately bowed and saluted. Carefully handed over the blueprint in his hand. Look what this is. Drawing. Lin Yi was a little puzzled. She fiddled with an acceleration formation the day before yesterday. It can be used in the Sea of God's domain, after allowing the island to keep up with Luo Feng's forward speed. Isn't it just the progress of her research and development of talent medicine? Now the subsidiary card of the island is an S-level talent. There is no room for advancement. Time array. Lin Yi took the drawings. After seeing the effect clearly, a touch of ecstasy appeared in his eyes. Open black lens bracket. Time flow control array. Main close black lens bracket. Type: magic circle. Quality: true god. Effect: change the time lapse of the local area. The time scale is 1/700. Consumption: daily island amethyst coin x1. Note: self-destruct after use. Time array available to heroes and themselves. 1 day equals about 2 years. Such a terrifying effect, let alone 1 amethyst coin. Even if it is 10 pieces. Lin Yi thought it was worth it. 2 years. It is enough for the world tree to give birth to more than 20 divine fruits. Let the island accept break. The top combat power can be promoted to the top true god. Not to mention the extra benefits brought by the Temple of Tranquility and the environmental training field. Awesome W. Lin Yi had a look of joy on his face. He rubbed the little briquette's head hard. But the little coal ball suddenly became a little cautious, and said cautiously, "This is a failed product I developed. It will self-destruct after use. The formation rune is not very stable. I don't know how long it will take to make another one." Disposable item. Lin Yi saw the notes. He comforted. "It's okay, in the accelerated formation, 2 years is enough for you to make new breakthroughs." Then, except Shaw, all hero units on the island. They all came to the foot of the world tree. When the time matrix is transformed into energy and distributed in every corner of the surrounding area, a barrier isolated the flow of time from the outside world. Crack. A cyan eggshell suddenly cracked. The little guy who just gave birth to consciousness inside. This eggshell, which is as strong as metal, is being broken with all its strength. The sound was like a signal. Click, click. There were crackling sounds one after another. It resounded quickly in the surrounding area. Look around. The dense eggshells are like spider webs. Connect in one piece. As they become stronger and stronger, The crack above the eggshell could no longer be suppressed. Slowly, one after another, young turquoise wind dragons crawled out of the eggshells. Chirp, chirp, nearly 20,000 wind dragon cubs were caught on the eggshell at the same time. He raised his head and let out a dragon cry after coming to the world. Although the sound is not loud, but, given time, they will all become a powerful sky behemoth. All alive. All alive. The Wind Dragon King's eyes were unparalleled. This survival rate, it's something he couldn't even dream of. Under the influence of World Tree, every little dragon is healthy and strong. Put it before, they are all the first-class strong boys in the group. Let the orc boys who are ready to find their own partners. The flow of time does not stop. The island master is about to add an invincible sky army. Correct. Why not try it with the leaves of the World Tree? The little coal ball was thinking hard. The bright fragments of inspiration in the mind are fleeting. However, she still caught one of them. Lululu. World Tree has powerful life energy. In these leaves, there may be a gene that changes the current defect of the S-level talent. The eyes of the little briquettes are shining. Hook the goggles off your head with your index finger. Keep making records on the table with both hands, and compare the previous failed products. It is painted with golden lines and green smooth leaves. Lie flat on the table quietly, until it is put into a grinder by small briquettes and crushed into powder. Perhaps, it is possible. The practice house transforms into the ocean. Afri, who closed her eyes tightly, opened them suddenly. Perceived, she was black, somehow unconscious. It has become pure white. A faint light is looming. In the air, those floating magic factors are clearly visible. It was at the moment when the accompanying shot. There was such a fleeting gap in the hidden state, and it disappeared. At the same time, the magic factor in the air intervened by external force. It seems that a small ball in the water is pushed away. Afri held her breath. An uppercut slammed to the right with one blow. Bang! A blurred shadow. After encountering a strong attack, the action stopped abruptly. The collapse effect followed. Under the effect of silence, the training partner finally couldn't enter the hidden state. 1. There was a hint of joy in Afri's white eyes. Hit the target. Then it's her combo time. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Elemental control. Lin Yi sat cross-legged in the Temple of Tranquility. My mind is empty. There is no distraction. The surrounding space seemed to become Thunder Wang Yang. Jumping arc. Formed one after another raging waves. Spread 5 fingers. He could clearly feel the active flow of the elemental factor of thunder. Very regular. A thunder element was summoned. Breaking away from the group, cheering and circling around the fingers. Then, more elements rushed towards him quickly. The elements are aligned with each other. Like a soldier. Form a neat square. After the last thunder element joins the phalanx. In Lin Yi's palm, a beating violent electric snake was formed. The originally well-behaved thunder element. For some reason, it became extremely violent. The volume is 10 times larger than the original one. Quote. Opening square bracket. Quote. It's just the most basic control. The electric snake dissipated suddenly. Thunder elements returned to normal one by one. Into the air. Join the army. Once again endowed with regular flow. Lin Yi looked pensive. Damage bonus from natural abilities. There must be something far away. It is impossible to have 10 times more attack for no reason, and reduce a lot of casting speed. Only, due to system reasons, the element of thunder was forcibly domesticated by some force. This power is hidden in his body genes. It is brought by the tree of life after the system amplification, the divine fruit formed by the tree of the world. It cannot be actively used by him. If Lin Yi condensed an electric spark again. Whispered, being able to control this mysterious power, 10 times the damage, 10 times the speed. It's just the worst bonus. Then, he began to observe. When the thunder element flows, the mystery hidden in it. And when he casts his skills, why does the thunder element become extremely violent? Time began to slip. Lin Yi was immersed in the ocean of elements. Tireless. Forget about your troubles. Until I saw a fleeting gleam of light in the element of thunder. Li Nuo Jiao. Just an instant, after seeing that ray of light, he suddenly entered another world. The surrounding thunder elements are still flowing as usual. But compared to before, can clearly see the elements, there is a ray of light that is hard to tell the color. Led the thunder element. It's like a channel. A parent. Under its leadership, the thunder elements are very obedient. Billions of neurons in Lin Yi's brain. It seems to understand something. A faint spot of light suddenly appeared out of thin air. Immediately afterwards, the light spots are like lights in the night city. Spread quickly towards the surrounding area, until it covers the entire sea of consciousness. Zzz. At this time, Lin Yi once again condensed an electric arc. The surrounding thunder elements were called, and came to Lin Yixin from the dim light. One after another, until the last thunder element joins the phalanx. A glimmer of light, injected into the thunder element factor at an extremely fast speed. Moment, they go berserk. 10 times the volume, 10 times the speed. The magic power absorbed from Lin Yi has also been reduced by nearly 10 times. This is rule. Lin Yi's eyes are bright. At the fingertips, after dissipating the thunder elements, turn your gaze to those shimmering lights that led the thunder elements to flow. This time, he suppressed the talent increase. Extract shimmer slaves directly from the elements with divine power. Shimmer is called. Breaking away from the air, it flew to Lin Yi's fingertips. Surround. It seemed to be wondering again. Then, can I increase the damage by 100 times? Lin Yi's eyes were calm. In the twilight, there are regular thunders that are more terrifying than ordinary thunder elements. He hesitated for a long time. He still summoned the thunder element factor from the surrounding area. And multiple strands of shimmering energy. Razor strikes again. This time, Lin Yi controls a ray of light. Inject it into the thunder element. Like instinct, after shimmer touched the element, various methods of amplification appeared in his mind. Can enhance 10 times damage, 10 times speed. So, Lin Yi turned his gaze to the other glimmers. Multiple shares increase at the same time. What will change? However, just when he waved his fingertips, trying to fuse the two gleams of light into the thunder element. Sudden mutation. Boom. A large amount of golden energy appeared inexplicably around. Surrounding Lin Yi, like a bodyguard. Just when the shimmer merges, a large amount of golden energy is quickly consumed. A huge one. The black thunder that was enough to suffocate people began to solidify. Crackling thunder resounded to every corner of the island. Same time, everyone, they all looked at the Temple of Tranquility with horror on their faces. This power. Afri's pupils shrank sharply. Even in the face of a god-level shadow angel, she also didn't feel this level of divine energy. This level of attack, it is enough to easily tear apart any god level with perfect talent. Island owner. After 2 years, what did he realize? Sauron Fia's pale golden pupils snapped open. The power of this thunder. Even with her damage reduction effect, she would be easily killed in seconds. There is no room for resistance. My lord, 497 inches majestic power. The frenzy in her eyes set herself on fire. He knelt down on one knee respectfully facing the Temple of Tranquility. Outside the time acceleration zone, the subordinates on the island knelt down towards Lin Yi's position. For them, it was just a moment ago. That fearful force enveloped every corner of the island. It was like a bolt from the blue. Shocked the soul deep inside. God, it's my God. Anli and Targo were trembling with excitement. A deep voice shouted, my God is mighty, and his might is as high as the sky. My God is mighty and majestic. My God is mighty and majestic. No, not enough energy. Lin Yi wanted to incorporate more shimmer again. Suddenly found out, after the golden energy around him gradually faded. The 5 strands of light that originally merged into the palm. There is only one strand left. With natural ability. In order to control another shimmer of light without consuming golden energy. This energy, Lin Yi reacted. I have some doubts in my heart. Look intently. In the golden energy, a picture seemed to appear. Solar system. On that blue planet, dense dots of light penetrate the void. The condensed golden energy is fed back into his body. Until the exhausted energy is replenished. Lin Yi felt that he could blend into the 5 gleams again. The power of faith. Somewhere, he pronounced the name of this energy. Although no one ever explained it. But he just got it. This is the strong belief and admiration of the Blue Star people towards him. A huge amount of spiritual energy generated. Use this energy, bog, amount. Become to cast magic skills with the power of rules. Congratulations, your control over the law of thunder has increased, and the current control rate is 5%. Close black lens bracket. Time velocity formation main time expires. Self-destruct after 3 seconds. Close black lens bracket. 5%. Hear the island prompt. Lin Yi's eyes widened suddenly. This level is only 5%. What kind of power is it to increase to 100%? Rule power. Lin Yi raised the corner of his mouth. My heart is filled with endless joy. Although it can only be cast once for a short period of time. But, after the fusion of 2 rays of light, he conservatively estimated that various effects could be multiplied by 100-fold. And, after mastering some of the laws, the use of thunder elements, it is far from a simple increase in damage, speed and so on. Lin Yi stretched out his palm. Simply use divine power. The thunder element was condensed into a long sword that shone with lightning. Compared with the heavenly artifact, its power is not bad at all. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Whether it is using thunder elements to reduce damage or condense shields, it's all easy to do. 2 years. Great harvest. Stand up. Clothing under the effect of thunder. It has long been crushed to ashes. Take a suit of clothing from the void. Dress well. Lin Yi strode out from the temple. Into the eyes. Other heroes and core personnel on the island. I have been waiting for a long time. Chi-Chi knelt on the ground, eyes filled with admiration. Get up. Lin Yi tapped his finger lightly. Silkies of soft electric light condensed around everyone. Then he lifted them up. Walk quickly towards Cheiyuan Villa. Let's report on the progress of the past 2 years. Lin Yi sat on the sofa. Smilingly, she looked at the crowd who did not dare to look up. This change in myself, while keeping their loyalty unchanged, it adds a touch of awe. Especially Albetha, honestly shrunk in the corner. He doesn't look like he usually flirts with Lin Yi carelessly. Island owner, I can defeat the god-level Shah. A Fuli spoke first before the small briquettes. Did not expect. This sentence directly surprised Lin Yi. What? Can you defeat Shah? To be honest, even if it is to control the law of thunder, he can use the thunder element to greatly increase his speed. Even far better than Afri. But, face the shadow angel. He really has no idea. Afri said directly to defeat Shah. Lin Yi opens her properties panel. After seeing the details, it suddenly dawned on me. Afri has been tempered by real illusions. After taking the divine fruit, he has reached the late stage of the upper god. Except for the attribute value, all reached 180. Learned a powerful skill in battle. Elemental sense. Can perceive the flow of all elemental factors in the air. Looks like a mediocre skill. But, for Avery, this is a skill specifically for units with stealth and stealth comprehension. No living thing can directly incorporate elemental factors into the body. This means, as long as there is contact with elemental factors, any slight movement will be sensed by Afri, with her powerful reaction speed. Enough to beat the opponent 100 times. Boss. The little briquette saw that Afuli had finished speaking. Immediately raised his hand and said, good news. The mythical talent potion is completed. Mythical is good. Lin Yi took a sip of tea, ready to hear her continue. Suddenly, the movement of him putting down the teacup was frozen. What? Mythical level? I thought I heard wrong. He asked again. Mythical level. The little briquettes nodded frantically like chickens pecking at rice. Talking. A bottle of liquid containing colored halos was handed over. Talent Awakening Potion 3rd Edition. Type. Consumable props. Quality. Myth. Effect. After use, the mythical talent can be awakened. Remarks. According to the combination of the divine blood gene sequence, it is supplemented by extracting the essence of 46,110 kinds of materials, and it is mainly made from the leaves of the tree of the world. It can be used repeatedly at intervals of 1 week without any side effects. Make sure you don't get dizzy. Lin Yi took a deep breath. It's fabulous. There are no side effects and can be used repeatedly. Never thought. The little briquettes brought me an unexpected surprise again. Straight across from S rank to mythical rank. Such an amazing effect. Really eye-opening. What's the cost? Lin Yi asked her most concerned question. This. The little briquette estimated in his heart and said, it needs to consume 500,000 island gold coins to buy basic materials and refine them repeatedly. The most important thing is the leaves of the world tree, which consume a lot. With the current growth state of the world tree, it can only be used on the island without affecting the world tree, and cannot be sold outside. 500,000. Lin Yi thought about the value of the potion itself. I think this number is fine. Don't be too cheap, on the contrary. It means that the dozens of amethyst coins left in our hands can upgrade the talents of everyone on the island. Lin Yi took out 70 amethyst coins. After handing over the small briquettes, he said, "Make a batch of potions immediately." "Good boss." The small briquettes grinned and turned into crystal coins. There are currently only 50,000 to 60,000 people on the island. It only needs to consume 60 crystal coins to be satisfied. The remaining crystal coins, don't think about it, it's all her research and development funds. Lin Yi set her sights on Na Ke's children. After discovering that they only raised their level to the upper peak, they didn't continue to ask. 2 years. The progress of the small briquettes experiment is caused by professional characteristics. Afri can defeat Shaw. It was also broken by blows, under extreme persecution. Only then did I realize the targeted skills. It is enough to upgrade the level to full. Lin Yi didn't ask for too much. A dozen storage rings were taken out from the void. 2 years. The world tree was catalyzed by Wei Wei. Almost doubled in height. The age of growth has been 300,000 years. During this period, there were 23 divine fruits, 4,600 enhanced fruits of life, and ordinary fruits of life that were enough to eat. The fruit of life can be promoted to the next true god. Lin Yi glanced at nearly 180,000 fruits of life. Each has a trace of divine energy. Almost 2 to 3 pieces. It can make mythical creatures complete promotion. The same is true for the enhanced version. Except that the divine fruit was taken by Hero and Lin Yi. Leftover fruit. It can create 1900 middle-level true gods and tens of thousands of lower-level true gods. Cooperate with the talent awakening potion that will be mass-produced soon. Lin Yi's eyes were burning. Pure divinity. He is determined to win. Luo Feng is really cautious. Lin Yi sensed that the position of the mark had changed again. Adjust the forward direction of Meteor Island. Continue to catch up. It should be almost absorbed. Lin Yi murmured. The metal island behind him was empty. After a month, the soldiers of the 3 major legions are under the action of the 1000 times time magic circle. Already able to defeat enemies that exceed their level. That was nearly 100 years of time. Every soldier has experienced many battles. Fierce fighting day after day in the real fantasy training field. Everyone pulls out. They are all peerless powerhouses who can suppress one side. Moreover, there are 20,000 small country wind dragons. In 100 years, has entered adolescence. Can give full play to physical strength. And with the orc warriors, they formed the Wind Dragon Knights with 20,500 people. These 20,000 people are the absolute elite selected from the elite. There are tens of millions of other ordinary warriors of the Nuya clan. Terra's Mermaid 50,000 people. A total of 170,000 terrorist legions. Everyone has a mythical talent blessing. Nowadays, the last batch of legionnaires has returned to the initial island. Take the fruit of life to advance to the true god. Roar, for the glory of my god. In the portal, Kejami, who was riding the Wind Dragon King, flew out. Extra divine fruit. Lin Yi rewarded them both. Energy absorbed. They directly entered the upper true god level. Belongs to the strongest existence in the legion. Immediately afterwards, more and more wind dragons came out of the portal. Blot out the sun. The sound of the dragon's cry echoed in the vast golden sea, and it lasted for a long time. The orc warriors galloped fiercely in the rear. The whole island feels like it's about to collapse. Every orc warrior has strong muscles like horned dragons all over his body. The height is up to 4 meters. Charge up. It's enough to scare the timid true god to pee his pants. After Terra's Mermaid came out of the portal, they jumped towards the golden ocean one after another. Turn into the body and swim in the ocean. Whenever there are sea beasts approaching, they will be hunted down mercilessly. Even if it is a true god level sea beast, can't resist a round of their impact. This kind of legion. Gods in the divine realm may not necessarily have them. Lin Yi turned on the island shielding device. completely covered up the aura of all Legion soldiers. After all, this is 100,000 true gods. Discovered by the enemy, dare not start the battle of gods. That would make a little sense. But, the god-level fishing spot has never appeared again. He held his chin. Since sailing for a month, accumulated fishing nearly 100 times. There is indeed a lot to be gained. Most are equipment, skills, rune scrolls, etc. Harem. All the members of the girl heroes are now wearing a top-quality real artifact. Combat power has been raised by more than one level. But only the god level. Since the fishing break, it seems to have disappeared. In the vast sea of God's domain, even a single island owner didn't find it. Lin Yi was a little depressed. There are also a few God War scrolls obtained from fishing in his hand. There is no place to use. Amethyst coins obtained by killing bats before. Already used up. The promotion of World Tree is nowhere in sight. That, just in the bewildered beast sea, let's make up for the loss. Lin Yi Yudian flight. I saw the 3 major legions below who were fighting loudly and full of fighting spirit. Eyes full of anticipation. Clean up the sea beasts ahead. Only at the mythical level. Luo Feng gave orders on the chat interface. Immediately, the island owner came out. Send the next true god level hero to kill the monsters in the sea. Gradually approaching the bewildered beast sea, Luo Feng glanced at the subordinate legion standing behind him. 100,000 mythical full-level units are attached. There are more than 7,000 low-level true gods, 500 middle-level true gods, and dozens of high-level true gods. There are also 10 god heroes. This force, even if all the island owners present took turns fighting him, he also has no fear. It is also the heritage of thousands of years. My emperor, I'm entering the illusion area immediately. A commander-in-chief hero reported. According to the situation of the surrounding sea beasts, the miasma of the confused beasts is not very strong this year. Do you need to put those island owners first? He wiped his neck. The intent is obvious. Since the healing chi is not strong, there is no need to worry about entering dangerous sea areas. Those island owners who acted as pathfinding cannon fodder. There is no need for it. Luo Feng waved his hands, and said darkly, there may be high-level sea beasts in the event of an accident with the pure godhead, so keep them for now. Yes, the hero salutes respectfully, immediately dispatches legion units. Suddenly, Luo Feng's eyes narrowed. On the golden ocean where the sea beasts cloud up. Catch a fleeting ray of dark light. What is that? It has lived for nearly 10,000 years. A blood elf in the divine realm would naturally not be so simple as to be dazzled. A time of surprise. Think of the law control that fusion of Godhead may bring. Gritting his teeth, he secretly said, absorbing this Godhead should increase the degree of control by 10%. At that time, the degree of control will be 12%. You can fulfill the promise to that person. As everyone knows, in another invisible space of his. A 4-winged angel in a black dress. Beacon through the necklace of distant. Pass these contents back. Lin Yi is holding a fishing rod. Sitting on the shore with a calm expression. Call out. The crisp sound of breaking through the air resounded. He easily lifted the fishing rod with one hand. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained the true god level weapon, Black Front. The 2% rule controls. Received a message from Shaw. Lin Yi narrowed his eyes slightly. Turn out to be. Can God Realm start to control the laws of each department? But, after learning the true strength of Luo Feng, the only scruples that had remained in his heart completely disappeared. I don't know if Shaw can kill Luo Feng directly. If you can, at that time, I don't have to make a move. While thinking, pick up the 2-handed sword you got from fishing just now. Open black lens bracket black front close black lens bracket. Type, weapon, level, God, effect, attack power plus 90. Features, there is a probability of additional double damage. Kogami, this outfit suits you well, go for it. Call for orc warriors riding wind dragons to patrol. Lin Yi threw the big sword directly. A god-level weapon. Kejami held the big sword excitedly. Kneeling on the ground, he said loudly, thank you for the gift of my god. Kejami will definitely live up to your expectations. The voice is rich, incredibly crazy, nothing. Lin Yi waved his hand. After all, equipment is a foreign object. Facing enemies of the same level, talents, skills, and personality levels. And the law is the decisive factor. But, after discovering this god-level fishing spot, the surrounding true god-level fishing spots are frequently refreshed. This made Lin Yi understand. The more you explore the depths of the Sea of God's domain, the quality of fishing points is also gradually increasing. Perhaps, it won't be long, you will be able to meet above the god level. God level fishing spot. Island. Suddenly, Lin Yi looked up. The left front of the island of the fallen god. A pitch-black island appeared. All the vegetation on the island is pitch black. Not even the sun can illuminate it. Island. There are also several twisted low-level monsters. The viscous black liquid is constantly blending. It's exactly the same as the Shadow Isles you met in the Points battleground. Here, why is there a Shadow Island? Lin Yi was a little surprised. Along the way, he also encountered many islands in the Sea of God's domain. The grade is very high. The area is small. Basically, there are no islands with more than 4th order. But, Shadow Isles. It was the first time he saw it in the island world after he left the Points battlefield. Destroy. Lin Yi waved his hand. 20,000 wind dragon knights turned into blue meteors. Loud dragon cries came and went. Dragon breath. Red spear, like raindrops, pouring down. That Shadow Island is only comparable to Tier 2 in size. Under this attack, 0. The land of the island was instantly destroyed. Completely moved to the ground. My god. Kagami flew again. Kneeling on one knee, he respectfully said, no abnormality was found. Lin Yi nodded. Seeing the break on the road sign, he stopped. Just know, Luo Feng has entered the depths of the bewildered beast sea. At the same time, the end of the field of vision. A gray miasma enveloped a sea area. Under the miasma, a surging and powerful sea beast deters any creature that would attempt to enter the miasma area. Coming. Clear a smooth path. Lin Yi gave the order again. Terra's mermaid army assembled, under the swing of the fish tail. Their speed is swift and nimble. The mythical sea beasts along the way only need one skill. It can be easily killed in seconds from a distance. Occasionally meet the next true god. Can't splash a wave. The island of the meteor god is under the cover of a powerful subsidiary. And the distance between the shadow angel. It is shrinking at a speed visible to the naked eye. Driving again for 2 days. Finally, Lin Yi looked forward. There are more than a dozen God War Islands in a row. Appeared. Are these all Alliance Island owners? Lin Yi kept thinking. If it is the Luofeng Alliance. He didn't mind killing it easily. Let them hurry up. I'm about to enter the position where the pure Godhead is. Luo Feng urged. As the island gradually deepens. A powerful sea beast that appeared in Chaos Beasts. There are more and more. Among them, even saw the existence of God Realm. Fine, there are these Alliance Island owners who test the journey for him. Many insignificant losses have been avoided. As for the dead island owner, does anyone else suspect? Luo Feng sneered. They can't wait for others to die more. It's easier to clean up the living mouth at the end. The value of a pure Godhead. Those who do not have the authority to unlock the domain of the gods have no idea at all. Blue Star Sea Territory. 300 years of inferior sea. W. Luo Feng thought in his heart. The greed deep in his eyes was fleeting. This background. I want to get more than 100,000 points in the points battle and qualify for the Sea of Gods. There must be amazing treasures. Wait until the pure Godhead is absorbed. The whole sea. It will all be in his pocket. Island owner. There is a Tier 6 island coming. The spies rushed to report the news. Express what you see. Above. The Night Elf Island Master frowned and said, Are you sure you're not from the Alliance? No, the spies said firmly. All the Alliance Island owners have already entered, and we are the last batch. At the same time, the other Alliance Island owners sent a message. Everyone saw the Silver Island. Know that the other party is not good. And it does not belong to the Queen of one's own alliance. All the island owners raised their killing intent at the same time. This person went straight into the bewildered beast sea. It must be for the sake of pure godhood. We got separated from Luo Feng's team, and we just have the opportunity to obtain the godhead alone, and we can't let outsiders intervene. No specific information can be detected. If it is not too weak, it is equipped with a shielding magic circle. We all know there are famous island owners in the surrounding waters, and this silver island is obviously not among them. Why? After negotiation, each of them dispatched an army of 10,000 people. All are lone stars, powerful, even if the other party is the God War Island of the God-level island owner. You have to suffer some losses. However, the moment they sent their legion, the opposite island responded. Nearly 10,000 turquoise, May 20th, dragons soar into the sky. A sharp cyan dragon tooth condenses on the surface of the divine body. Rush fiercely into the air with the 100,000 legions. The momentum is mighty, and the dragon's cry is endless. For the glory of my God. Above the dragon, the orc warrior raised his arms and roared. Integrate with your mount partner. It was easy to insert into the crowd of 100,000 legions. Instantly, the sound of limbs breaking resounded across the golden sea. Each giant dragon can run through dozens of enemies. The two sides contacted for less than a minute. After a round of charge. In the sky, there are only 10,000 dragon knights left. Not good. Those giant dragons and orcs are inferior gods. The night elf's pupils narrowed sharply. This level of lower god scale. The whole league, only the elf emperor owns it. But, the dragon knight is obviously not a unit of the elf emperor Luofeng. The other party is very likely to be a god realm existence. Run, go deep into the sea of confused beasts to find the leader. All the island owners reacted. The birds and beasts scattered in fright. They touched the bridge of links one after another and scattered in all directions. However, I don't know when it's underwater. Tens of thousands of fish gods emerged. Form a powerful encirclement circle on the outside. Each mermaid is just a lower true god. But, the combat power they displayed. But it can easily kill the middle god. Together, they can even kill the upper gods. Unparalleled strength. The island owners who had fled in all directions were forced together again. No, we must abandon the island of God War. The night elf was distraught. More than a dozen island owners united, none of them are opponents of each other alone. The defense facilities on the island are useless. Those mermaid arms and dragon arms with powerful strength. It can resist the powerful magic cannon attack with bare hands. Must get out of the fight as soon as possible. All island owners have this thought in their hearts. As long as you leave the battle, you can return to the rear base through the portal. However, thousands of dragon knights flew in the sky again. And the killing sound was loud. 100,000 orcs who are not weaker than mermaids. It was the straw that broke the camel's back. How could there be so many true gods? What level is the opponent's island master? The number of true gods under the Elf King is less than 1/10 of his. All the island owners were frightened by the attacking three armies and froze in place. An army of nearly 200,000 true gods. Scared them out of their wits. My oracle, hand over all your belongings and save yourself from death. Kagami rides the Wind Dragon King. Invisibly, powerful divine energy leaked. Even the god-level island masters were so frightened that they did not dare to act rashly. With the orc army landing on the island, the battlefield has completely turned into a crush like mowing grass. Less than an hour, all the troops under the command of the island owner were all dead. 11 island owners, neatly, bundled up on the shore. Kneel down. Kami let out a yell. The black blade is like the wind. Swipe past the legs of the island owners. Pooh. Blood spatter. Under severe pain, everyone couldn't help but fell to the ground. It seems that you are all Luo Feng's people. Lin Yi came from the island of the falling god. Eyes full of indifference. Open the space crack, Tien material. You can save yourself from death. Speaking of which, the other island owners were still howling. The night elves seemed to see the only remaining hope. Enduring the severe pain, he knelt down and said, "The powerful god. You can connect their divine power and open the cracks in the private space." Connect with divine power. Lin Yi was a little surprised. All gods and islanders on the island can open a space crack of their own. Only this, they never found out. Is that right? Amidst the curses and fears of other island owners, Lin Yi grabbed one of them. Divine power is injected into its fingers. Then, across the space, a void filled with treasures of all kinds. Already surfaced. Well done. Lin Yi looked at the night elf. Eyes full of appreciation. This old six. It's quick to stab one's own people. No, I have one more request. The night elf's eyes were bloodshot. Just as Lin Yi thought. He will ask to let him go. Next moment, the other party said. The blood elf Luo Feng went to the depths of the bewildered beast sea to find the pure godhead. I hope you will kill him. At that time, that pure godhead will belong to you. Even if you kill me, I have no complaints. Lin Yi frowned. This night elf seems to have a big opinion on Luo Feng. But the ultimate goal is Luo Feng anyway. He didn't mind letting the night elf go as fast as he could before he died. Luo Feng will meet you underground. Lin Yi nodded. After taking away the wealth of the elf void, a violent electric snake has formed on the fingertips. Thorn, the electric snake tore open the space. The head of the night elf was pierced instantly. But, judging by the frozen smile on the corner of his mouth, it is very painful. Lin Yi wasted no time. Hand over all other island owners to their subordinates. He has reached the peak of the upper god. In addition to promoting the person again, can no longer obtain divine energy. See the hills of loot piled up by the coast. Lin Yi felt a little joy in his heart. Really? Killing people for money is the fastest way to get rich. Of these things, only amethyst coins. There are 100,000 pieces. It has reached the transformation standard of the world tree. Besides, and some little bits and pieces. The one that caught his attention the most. It's a statistical report. The island owner is in the Luofeng camp. Appears to be responsible for intelligence gathering. In the statistics report, summarizes the changes in power in the surrounding sea areas in the past century. The alliance formed by the blood elf Luofeng, Sunset, is the most powerful force. There are a total of more than 200 members of various ethnic groups. They are all god-level island owners. What surprised Lin Yi the most was not this, but the sea area where Luofeng is located, already merged with the Sea of God's domain. The link channel enchantment is completely opened. The blue sea turned into a golden sea, and the newly transformed golden sea area also began to link with other lower-level blue seas. See here, Lin Yi guessed in his heart. The Sea of God's domain where he is currently. Maybe it is also a golden ocean formed after the transformation of a certain high-level god. Why is the color shifting? It is still unknown. But the small briquettes can be used for research later. Keep going. Lin Yi did not continue to search for resources on the island. What a waste of time. Pure Godhead is relatively more important. Hundreds of thousands of legionnaires returned to the Metal Meteor God Island in mighty force. This battle, none of the most powerful hero groups participated. 3 legions, in order to destroy the dead. Defeat all island owners. One-sided crushing, going one step further. Another qualitative leap. Lin Yi returned to the 7 Moon Garden in the Blue Star Sea through the portal. Looking at the Tree of the World, which is more than 200 meters high, but quite thick. Fingertip swipe. Tens of thousands of island amethyst coins evaporated from the void. The world tree is being promoted. It is expected to take 15 days. The gold thread pattern keeps shining. It's like breathing. Very rhythmic. 15 days. Lin Yi had the final say. 48 hours since the last promotion. Transformation takes longer and longer. Do not know the future. An upgrade takes a lot of resources and time. My lord, I found a pure godhead. In the road sign, suddenly came the intelligence message of Shaw. Lin Yi regained his spirits immediately. Finally found. Thinking that this is an important item for him to advance to the god realm in the future. Holding the beacon in his hand, he instructed, be ready to do it at any time. Don't let the godhood fall into the hands of others. Now, Luo Feng's use value has come to an end. Right now. You can test it with him. When facing opponents in the divine realm. How would the latter react to the assassination? Are you ready? Lin Yi turned around. With a smile, he swept across the girls one by one. Master, I can't wait to tear them apart. Big brother, I'm ready. My lord, I will be the sharpest blade. Island owner, Ali is ready. Seeing that the hero team fights Yi Pengbai, Lin Yi couldn't bear it anymore. After mastering the laws of the thunder system, face far higher level enemies. What kind of effect will it have? Some looking forward to it. The deeper you go, the level of sea beasts gradually increases. I've seen quite a few god level ones. Lin Yi stands on the top of the world tree. I don't know when He really likes to be at the top and enjoy the unobstructed view. One is as long as 100 meters. The sea beast, which looked like a fish but was not a fish, and whose scales were full of barbs, was beheaded by Sauronfia with one blow. The gurgling blood flows in the golden ocean. The pungent smell attracts more sea beasts. Take a look. The ocean is full of swarms of sea beasts that overwhelm the river. Even if there are layers of miasma blocking, still can glimpse some pictures from the gap. Densely packed, the calm and stable sea surface was set off by them with huge waves one after another. It looks strange. It looks more like a mutant monster. They look completely different from those sea beasts encountered in the Blue Star Sea territory. But, even if they keep hitting, even using evolved limbs to land on the island of the meteor god, facing the tight defense of the three major armies, every time these sea beasts attack, they can only leave a place of corpses. Can't get any benefits. It's just ahead. Lin Yi is holding a diamond-shaped road sign. His gaze became solid. He still didn't dare to be too careless about enemies in the divine realm, even if the control of the rules is much higher than that of the opponent. In the island world, there are countless strange items. Capsizing a boat in a gutter is no fun. At this time, the miasma ahead gradually faded. Mid-air, a touch of golden brilliance, 4 rates of fire. The miasma encountered along the way is like snow under the flames. After touching Jinwei, they all turned into smoke and disappeared into the air. Godhead. Lin Yi's pupils shrank slightly. Vision ahead. A colorless and invisible object wrapped in pure energy is suspended. Chad took a look, much like a hollow sphere the size of a fist. Although never seen, but Lin Yi still instinctively thought of the name of this invisible thing. The island of Luofeng. Forward right. The 5 islands running side by side start their sprint. The target is the levitating godhead. Humph. If you want to grab it, let's see if you are alive. Lin Yi sneered, immediately ordered the 3 major armies to gather them together. Follow the island speed of both sides. There is not much difference in the time to approach the godhead. Once the Legion unit leaves the island, lost the effect of shielding the magic circle. If Luo Feng detects the detailed attributes of the Legion, he may choose to retreat. After all, once the War of Gods is started, after the attribute is reduced, the risk will rise sharply. At this time, those islands apparently also found him. The formation that was originally going side by side gradually separated outwards. There is a faint tendency to double team. Obviously, the other party didn't want him to escape easily. This is exactly what Lin Yi wanted. The 2 sides have ghosts in each other's minds, moving forward at a constant speed. As the distance shortens, slowly, the 2 sides can already clearly see the specific appearance of each other's island. Among the 5 islands, the whole body in the middle is black, and the jagged rocks are inlaid in every corner of the island. Form a series of natural defensive terrain. On the Black Island, nearly 1 million stern-looking foreign troops stared at the island of the meteor god. This is the god of the god realm, Luo Feng's battle island. Military islands exist exclusively for war. Almost. Visually measure the distance between the 2 sides. There are only less than 2 kilometers left. At divine flight speed. Get there in the blink of an eye. Alien island owner. Back or die. Choose one. At this time, Luo Feng rose from the island. The sound resounded. Lin Yi, who was far away on the island of the meteor god, could also be heard clearly. But, this is just a trick. Lin didn't change his face and responded lightly, shabby. National quintessence. The classic is just that. Even if the other party doesn't understand what it means, you can also feel it from the contemptuous tone. Certainly not a very polite word. Same divine power trick. Pass the voice to the ears of Luo Feng and all intelligent creatures. Court death. Luo Feng's face sank like water. Although it is impossible to ascertain the specific situation of the other island. But judging from those green-skinned orcs and ordinary wind dragons on the opposite island, at most, it is only mythical arms can enter the interior of the bewildered beast sea alive. Already very lucky. Did not expect. This human island owner dares to despise himself. Not one left. The voice containing divine power spread to every corner of the island. For a while, millions of various alien races use props and skills to fly to the sky. Respond to Luo Feng's call. explosively shoot towards the island of the meteor god. Dare to grab something in front of me, no one in this sea area can do it. Luo Feng waved his hand. Nearly 10,000 of the most elite subordinate units flew behind him. There are more than 7,000 low-level true gods, 500 middle-level true gods, and dozens of high-level true gods. 10 gods. It can be called a luxurious lineup of galactic battleships. It is enough to easily destroy any god-level island owner. Kill all enemies. Luo Feng's red eyes were full of sharp killing intent. When commanding the troops behind to attack forward, he looked behind his eyes without any trace. Kill Daly's creepy creature. He never forgot. 21. The guy who hides his head and shows his tail. When you attack, it will be your death. Luo Feng sneered in his heart. Then, follow behind the main force. Lead the god-affiliated attack on Lin Yi. There are a lot of them. A smile appeared on the corner of Lin Yi's mouth. If quantity solves all problems, what's the use of quality? Attack. One order. The 3 major legions attack on both sides of the water and air. More than 100,000 true god fighters. There was a raging fighting intent in his eyes, and a roar that shook the sky and the earth. Burst from the legion. Roar. For my god. Chop off their heads. For the glory of my god. For a moment, in the sky, there are 2 armies with disparity in numbers. Collide together. Until then, Luo Feng suddenly found out. The opponent's flying arms. These are no ordinary dragons. It turned out to be a rare dragon knight. And those orc warriors in the rear, judging from the boiling blood in their bodies. It's not a simple weapon either. Just when he was ready to look at the detailed data, he has nearly 100,000 mythical units attached to him. And 900,000 other arms. Already fought with the dragons. Hold head high. Suddenly, Luo Feng's pupils shrank sharply. What level is this? 20,000 Phoenix Dragon Knights. Condensed dragon teeth launched a charge against enemies dozens of times larger than itself. Be fearless, like a meteor flashing across the sky. In an instant, it ran through the entire front of the Luofeng army. Countless limbs and broken arms fell down. The army of millions who were still killing so loudly just now seemed to have entered the library of the gods. He looked in disbelief at the companion who had been amputated at the waist. Too fast. I can't capture the position. How is it possible that the mythical level was instantly killed by these dragon knights? True gods. They are all true gods. The 100,000 mythical units at the forefront just wanted to intercept those dragon knights. But reality slapped them hard on the face. The dragon teeth transformed into dragons easily penetrated the entire battlefield. One more round. Ha ha ha. Kagami laughed. Hefeng Dragon King turned around. The devil-like dragon tooth reappeared. 20,000 dragon riders charged again. Not only that, dragon breath, red spear, they blasted at the millions of enemies who hadn't recovered yet. The dragon and the orc knights seemed to be on the same page. They cooperate very well with each other. Outroom. It can take away many high-level arms. No need to make up the knife, every hit can easily kill the backing in seconds. 100,000 mythical units. After 2 rounds of charge, the casualties are over half in an instant. Until then. Only then did the legion under Luo Feng react. They are all true gods. Fear spread from the depths of my heart. Even if it is a mythical level unit, at this time, there is timidity in my heart. 407 with a mortal body. Hard against true god level enemies. This is completely tantamount to sending to death. The commander-in-chief saw that the atmosphere was not right. Quickly comforted. They only have 20,000 people. The ordinary orcs behind are nothing to be afraid of. We still have heroes who haven't arrived yet, hold on. Victory will belong to the Elf Emperor. Yes indeed. We also have true god-level heroes, even god-level heroes. The Elf King is even more of a presence in the divine realm. One more round. These giant dragons will all be chopped off and buried in the sea. All classes have crumbling morale attached. Lifted up again by the leader. But, next second, the picture ahead made them completely desperate. HMPH. The Wrathfang clan. Hunt for your glory. Tager no longer has the image of Japanese art. After the transformation of the fruit of life, he has regained his youthful lifespan. Carrying a huge axe, He flew in midair commanding the orc army. Strong muscles, covered with ferocious blue veins. Kill, for the glory of my god. The furry fang orcs brushed past the knights of the wind dragon. Throw yourself into the battlefield. Roar. The 4-meter-high orc waved a heavy weapon in his hand. One by one, they turned into ruthless meat grinders. Wherever you go, no enemy was spared, even if it is an enemy dozens of times larger than itself. Those who were also killed by them retreated steadily. Completely turned into a one-sided massacre. Luo Feng usually spends a lot of resources to build the God War army. Look now, like a helpless little child. There is no way to be beaten violently. They are all true gods. Luo Feng was short of breath. The scene of his subordinate being slaughtered made his mentality explode. This is all his painstaking efforts accumulated over thousands of years. Now, just under 10 minutes, the casualties have exceeded 60%. Human Island Master. Luo Feng was a little crazy. This moment, this human must be made to pay the price in blood. Let him understand what kind of existence the Godhead is. Just with all that trash behind you. Lin Yi was joking when he heard what he said. The only one that can pose a threat to the 3 major legions. Only those 10 gods and Luo Feng himself are left. Break. Voice down. A black spike suddenly appeared from behind Luo Feng. Straight to the deadly part of the back of the head. Clang. On the nick of time. The spikes were less than half a centimeter away from the back of Luo Feng's head. A dark purple arcane barrier appeared. The spikes hit the barrier. It made a piercing sound like glass. Sha has accumulated almost half of the attack of divine energy. It just caused a spider silk crack to appear on the barrier. Ha ha ha. Luo Feng suddenly laughed wildly. Almost at the same time. The arcane barrier behind him burst open. Attacks shadow angels who are temporarily in a physical state. Get blown away by this aftermath of energy. Look carefully. A 4-winged angel of the celestial class. There was a trace of golden blood dripping from the corner of his mouth. If it weren't for the shot, it would enter the hidden state immediately. I'm afraid that if you don't die, you will be seriously injured. It turns out that this assassin was sent by you. Luo Feng's bloody eyes were filled with coldness. I thought it would take time to find it. Unexpectedly. The other party actually delivered it to the door. It seems that you have a special contact with this guy who hides his head and shows his tail. But, Luo Feng was terrified. Strong arcane energy emerged from all parts of the body. It is different from ordinary arcane. These energies. There is a faint rule effect. Just facing the blow of the break. It is the extremely high defense increase added to the arcane barrier. Only then can it be resisted. Fortunately, the other party is not in the divine realm. Otherwise, the invisible creature, the one hit just now is enough to kill him. Today, I will let you understand. Under the divine realm. They're all ants. Luo Feng looked proud. The opponent's biggest assassin card has been played. Even with more than 100,000 true gods attached. In the face of absolute realm suppression. Quantities have lost their meaning. Yes, Lin Yi took out the scroll of God War. Just now, he judged it from that arcane energy. Even if he only fused 2 rays of light, it can also easily penetrate Luo Feng's defense and kill him. But, in order to guarantee income, start the battle of gods and seize all the resources of the opponent. In order to maximize the benefits, check the arrival requirements for the distance between the islands of both parties. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Whether to use the God War scroll on the target, close black lens bracket. Cannot be cancelled after use, until the end of the War of Gods. Close black lens bracket. Yes, Lin Yi made a choice. The scroll in his hand suddenly turned into a spot of light and disappeared. At the same time, Luo Feng, the blood elf in front, immediately received an invitation from God War. The screen freezes. Open black lens bracket. Human island owner Lin Yi invites you to a battle of gods. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Choose as follows. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket 1. Reject the invitation. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket 2. Accept the invitation. Close black lens bracket. The default time counts down and jumps. See the light curtain appearing in front of you. Luo Feng was slightly taken aback for a moment. But When he saw clearly the lineup of the opponent's subordinates, heroes, and island masters on the god battle list, immediately there was a burst of ecstasy in my heart. More than 100,000 true god level affiliates. There are even some upper gods. But there are less than 10 heroes. Luo Feng's eyes were full of excitement. Especially the human island owner. Only the level of the upper god. How dare you launch a divine war against him? Being able to have such an extremely terrifying lineup for hundreds of years definitely hides a shocking secret. Once, he sees the secret of mass manufacturing true gods. That most gods in the divine realm will not be his opponents. Except, Luo Feng had no reason to refuse. Instantaneous time. A divine battle formation covered the surrounding sea area. Non-combatants enter the blurred state. You can only watch the final outcome of the battle from the sidelines. The war of gods begins. Won't be able to stop. Really accept it. Lin Yi was a little surprised. He was actually ready for the other party to reject him. Unexpectedly, the Blood Elves were so decisive. In the first round, Luo Feng, the owner of the Blood Elf Island, chooses to surrender. All attributes of the island units are reduced by 35%. The battle of the gods has just begun. The island reminder will flash. Lin Yi was stunned. FK, is there such an operation? Although I don't know how you cultivate more than 100,000 true gods. Luo Feng spoke, very calm. He didn't feel urgent because his attributes were reduced by 35%. But I have to admit, I can't win you in a subsidiary war. Luo Feng stared at the girls behind Lin Yi, and jokingly said, how will you deal with the second and third rounds? Rely on that assassin. Talking, he waved. Thousands of heroes from the middle god to the god level stood up behind them. Battle of gods is time limited. After the time has expired, the surviving number of heroes on both sides will be automatically determined. Even if the opponent's invisible assassin cannot capture the location. Second round. Luo Feng never considered the possibility of his own failure at all. Second round. Hero God battle. Start. The island alert sounded. The bodies of the heroes on both sides changed from imaginary to real. Almost at the same time, thousands of heroes from the Luofeng camp shot and flew towards Nake and the others. Horror sonic booms one after another. Hee. Lin Yi said calmly, we'll wait and see. Why are you so calm? Luo Feng suddenly began to doubt the correctness of his choice. Could it be? He looked up suddenly. He stared straight at his own hero who was already in the crowd. Seeing that they are about to use their skills when tearing those women into pieces. Sudden mutation. Hold head high. More than a dozen huge water dragons roared. Breathe casually. The upper gods and below can't resist half a point. All were killed in seconds. The golden waves rolled in. The divine energy contained in it is completely unlike that of ordinary high-ranking gods. The scariest, it was the demonic woman with black wings on her back and black armor. Tens of thousands of skills bombarded her. Unscathed, it won't have any effect at all. The thorn damage reflected from her body. Instant 1/3 hero. Not only that, all other women have unique abilities. The two-winged angel ignored the attack, and the pure white holy light shone one after another. High-level true gods are like eating dumplings. Keep falling into the depths of the sea. Even a god-level hero. Under the attack of the silver-haired woman, even if the figure could not be captured, it was blasted to pieces. The assassin who has been lurking in the shadows. Compared to these people, the method seems to have been very gentle. Perfect talent. Luo Feng's pupils shrank sharply. This word immediately flashed in my mind. Below the godhead level, all rely on talent to support combat power. However, each of these heroes on the other side is actually 100 times stronger than ordinary true gods. The fight was only a few minutes. Thousands of true god heroes. Only less than 500 are still struggling. It's only a matter of time before the group is wiped out. The second round is over. Lin Yi wins. The attributes of all creatures under Luofeng Island Master's command have been reduced by 70%. The cold reminder is like a bolt from the blue. Luo Feng stared at the hero's corpse floating on the sea. The feeling of weakness from the body can't suppress the shock in the heart. Just 10 minutes. Thousands of high-level heroes. Group off. Are these within your calculations? Luo trembled violently. Glaring forward, he asked. Wanian, thousands of years of accumulation. Even today, with a true god-level island owner, everything was destroyed. Even if you kill the opponent. If you want to have this power again, you don't know how long you need to accumulate it. Can you still turn the tables? Lin Yi asked indifferently. After 2 rounds of attribute reduction, the 4-dimensional blood elves are probably only at the true god level. The confidence brought to him by the divine realm. Is it strong enough to ignore the attribute gap? Ha 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 ha. Luo Feng laughed angrily when he heard the words, and said through gritted teeth, when you die, I will cherish your heroes very much. Believe me. Talking. The island reminder sounded again. The 3rd round of the island owner's final god battle has begun. Even if they won the first 2 rounds. If it is killed by the opponent in the 3rd round. The final judgment is already the last surviving island owner. Divine Realm. Luo Feng suddenly burst out with astonishing energy. Domineering and authentic. It is a realm that you will never understand. The voice fell. That energy is climbing again. It was like being injected with adrenaline. The increase in power far exceeds Luo Feng's attributes at this time. Rules shimmer. Lin Yi could see clearly. When the blood elves control arcane energy. Inject 2 rules belonging to the arcane system into the surrounding elements. And all of them act on the damage increase. Rule power spans properties. The power is completely gone. Okay, the peak moment of the blood transfusion elves. For Lin Yi, who only has a true god level. Once hit. If you don't die, you will also peel off your skin. B. Luo Feng opened his fingers. The arcane factors of the surrounding riots are guided. Turn into a large number of dark purple magic missiles. Each one, they all exude an extremely dangerous atmosphere. Whoosh whoosh, missile trails, out on Lin Yi. Densely packed, the momentum is amazing, rumbling. The deafening sound resounded through the battlefield of God War. The sea below was affected by the aftermath. It became very turbulent and extremely restless. If it weren't for other creatures being blurred by God War. Only rely on the aftermath of this attack. Can kill some low-level units. Terrible. Let me see. What secret do you have? Luo Feng's chest rose and fell. Consumed half of the power of faith. This blow is not a small burden on him. But think about the next harvest. It is very possible to discover the secret of the other party's cultivation of a large number of true gods and perfectly talented heroes. He couldn't help but began to look forward to it. However, a long time passed. The island prompt did not give any response. Just when he thought there was a problem with the island rules. A calm voice of doubt. It came out from the arcane missile bombardment area. Divine Realm is the number 1. Energy dissipated. On one side of the black lightning net, thunder light flickered. Dancing arcs tear through space. The electric snake that burst out from time to time made a crackling sound. In the thunder net, Lin Yi was suspended in midair, safe and sound. Unscathed. It didn't even use up half of Lei Wang's energy. The turbulent arcane missiles were completely annihilated in the air. Impossible. Luo Feng's pupils shrank sharply. Although the power of the rules will also be reduced by the penalty of God War. But, even if there is only 0.1% control, it is not something that can be tolerated by a true god. Lin Yi's reaction now, it has completely out of Luo Feng's understanding. Heavenly Realm life-saving props. Luo Feng was stunned. Only this kind of situation can explain why the opponent can resist the arcane law. Second time, let's see how you resist. The thick arcane energy condensed again. Luo Feng's blonde hair danced wildly. The remaining half of the power of faith was released. A dark purple laser half a meter thick has emerged. Arcane shock. Move your fingertips. Under the guidance of Luo Feng, the laser with powerful energy exploded forward. But, next moment, Lin Yi moved. I saw him spread his 5 fingers. The regular shimmering lights of the surrounding thunder system quickly condensed. A black storm spear formed. As if time and space were frozen. The laser approached Lin Yi very slowly. Zizi. Suddenly, a black thunder spear was thrown out. Time seemed to come back. Under Luo Feng's bloody pupils shrinking into needlepoints. Stormpike shattered arcane blast with ease. Destroy the arcane rules. Stormpike's remaining power remains undiminished. He flew straight towards Luo Feng's head. Rules. Lightning rules. Even in my heyday, I couldn't integrate the shimmer of law of this intensity. 290 deep fear rose in Luo Feng's heart. He doesn't understand. Why can humans control the laws at the true God level? Cold sweat kept flowing all over his body. Finally, I know why the other party has been able to do a job with ease from the beginning to the end. He has never been used as a direct opponent, even if it is to launch a battle of gods. The purpose is definitely not to weaken one's own strength. But, take all your wealth. Click. Thunder spear is like piercing tofu. Lightly brushed between the eyebrows of Luo Feng's head. The violent thunder element just passed by for a moment. That elf head full of endless regrets was directly annihilated into powder. No surprises. Thump. The headless body fell into the sea. The island prompt followed closely behind and resounded. Open black lens bracket. God wins the battle. Close black lens bracket. Congratulations on the conversion of loser resources. You have obtained amethyst coins by 3 million. The following resources have not been transformed. Building upgrade order X8. Unit expansion order X5, seal records. Close black lens bracket. You kill the island master of the divine realm, the blood elf Luo Feng, and gain 2% control over the arcane law. Close black lens bracket. You have the following options. Close black lens bracket. 1. Keep 2% control of arcane laws. Close black lens bracket. 2. Convert it into 1% control of the law of the thunder system. Close black lens bracket. The God War enchantment disappeared. All the units in Luofeng Island were swallowed up by a terrifying force. The Dark Island. It's empty. Transformation to make the most primitive unowned island. Lin Yi stood in the air. Staring at the two options in front of him, he fell into thought. Killing a deity in the divine realm can obtain the elemental law controlled by the opponent. This allows him to face other divine realm creatures in the future. There will be a certain amount of vigilance. After all, the degree of control over rules is no better than divine energy. Access is very limited. When the same god level exists, it has become an enemy. Arcane law, Lin Yi murmured, seeing the strength Luo Feng showed. Arcane skills should be more abundant. Can attack and defend. There are even other abilities. But, to learn everything is to learn nothing. Miscellaneous but not refined, it has no effect on the increase in strength. This fight, Lin Yi knew that the degree of mastery of the law is extremely important in the alignment. Just a few % difference. Let him completely crush the blood elf Luo Feng. Think about it. He didn't continue to hesitate. Direct selection converts arcane laws to lightning laws. A ray of light suddenly appeared. A few weeks after flying around Lin Yi, it sank into his body. Simultaneously, Lin Yi immediately felt that the glimmer of law hidden in the rich elements became clearer in his vision. Extracting shimmer has also become easier. The amount was also increased when shimmer was incorporated into the thunder elemental factor. The power of faith consumed also decreases. Wait for the control degree of the law to reach a certain threshold. Perhaps there is no need to consume the power of faith. After adjusting to the new degree of control, he began to take out the spoils of victory in the battle of gods. God realm exists. The family is really rich. Amethyst coins are worth 3 million. Just take out any one, and you can live a lifetime in the Blue Star Sea. World Tree's follow-up promotion consumes. There is also a landing. Exactly the same as the old bat. Lin Yi took out more than 10 gift boxes. All carefully wrapped. Inside are building upgrade orders and arms expansion orders. Reminiscent of the news that Sha Zai sent back before. These gift boxes are gifts received by the Blood Elves at the engagement ceremony. Only, Dai Lisi was assassinated and the pure godhead appeared. Let Luo Feng not have time to use it in the future. It was captured by Lin Yi in the Battle of Gods. Sealed records. The last special prop aroused Lin Yi's curiosity. The props are ordinary. It is only used to carry information. After all, if it is recorded on paper. In the long years of the gods, I don't know how many times they have to toss and turn. In the 400th year of the divine realm, the seabed seal was loosened, and the heart of the ocean was repressed. Close black lens bracket. In the 1200th year of the divine realm, the seabed seal was loosened, and the heart of the ocean was suppressed again. Close black lens bracket. God's domain 1911. The seabed seal was loosened, and the heart of the ocean was suppressed again. Close black lens bracket. BOF open black lens bracket finally promoted to the God Realm. The lower level sea area has been transformed into the God Realm Golden Sea. Close black lens bracket. The densely recorded information has suddenly come to an end. Lin Yi narrowed his eyes slightly. There is also a heart of the ocean in the Blue Star Sea territory. It exists at the bottom of the 100,000-meter deep sea in the center. Only this one, although I don't know what the consequences of losing the heart of the ocean will be. But, from Luo Feng's frequent use of the heart of the ocean to repeatedly suppress, and the occasional urgent complaints in the information can be drawn. Once the seal expires, then what you will face next will be an unimaginable threat. And, almost every 800 years there will be a new repression. There is no need to doubt where these hearts of the ocean come from. The sea that lost the heart of the sea. I'm afraid it no longer exists. Island world and shadow creatures. Lin Yi was full of thoughts. If you guessed right, there are countless connections between the two. Shadow creatures are not just ordinary monsters in the island world. But, no matter what their stories are, the most important thing is to continuously improve your strength. Lin Yi turned his gaze away. Stay on the pure godhead suspended in midair. Harvest their valuable amethyst coins. Don't let it live. Order conveyed. The three major armies simultaneously launched an attack on the other island owners who had already been dumbfounded. Respected Lord God, we were also persecuted by Luo Feng. Please spare us. We have absolutely no intention of meddling with the godhead, we will leave immediately. Damn it, why did Luo Feng provoke this kind of enemy? I haven't got the godhead yet, and I'm just one pure godhead away from the godhead. It's over, they're coming. Several island owners saw giant dragons and orcs rushing towards them. It's like falling into an ice cave. The souls of the dead all risked. They all saw what happened to Luo Feng. Enemies of this level are simply not something they can resist. Their intercession did not cause Lin Yi the slightest disturbance. In the background of weapons fighting and dragon roaring, Lin Yi has come to the edge of the pure godhead. Godhead is colorless and invisible. If it weren't for the energy package, it would be impossible to detect its existence at all. Do you take it directly? Seeing that the divine energy touched the godhead did not produce any reaction. Lin Yi's eyes were serious. Fusion of 6 rays of light into the thunder factor. After covering the outside body with a layer of armor with amazing defense, he stretched out his hand to the godhead carefully. Fingers through the energy coat. Gently, an icy cold sensation spread throughout the body. Got it. See no strange effects after touching. Lin Yi dissipated the black thunder armor. Grasp the colorless godhead. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations, you have obtained a pure godhead X1, close black lens bracket. Will it be converted into 10% control of any law? Can it be turned into a rule? Lin Yi suddenly understood. No wonder Luo Feng has been promoted to God Realm. They have to travel thousands of miles to obtain the pure godhead. It turned out that when he fused the godhead on the spot, he already knew the second purpose of the godhead. Being sold and still counting money for others. He glanced at the alien island owner who was easily harvested by the 3 major armies. Lin Yi shook his head. Follow Luo Feng into the sea of confused beasts. You should be aware of death. He is not a Madonna. As long as you know your own secret, you will all die. No. After making a choice, Lin Yi took out the gift box that contained the token just now. Put the completely invisible godhead in the box. For easy search in the future. At last, put the box behind the Lone Star storage ring on your pinky finger. He let out a heavy breath. The purpose of this trip has finally been achieved. Going so far into the sea of God's domain, it would be a lie to say that there is no worry at all. If you meet the island master above the divine realm, I'm afraid he can only run away with a bucket. These tokens can improve a lot of things again. 8 building upgrade orders, and the order to increase the number of troops. I don't know what level the buildings on the island can be upgraded to. Lin Yi turned around and returned to the island of the fallen god. When I was about to enter the portal and leave, suddenly, there was a prompt sound from the system. Supreme Fishing System reminds you that a special fishing spot of Godhead level has been detected. This fishing spot will not disappear, and the number of times is unlimited. Please prepare the host. Special God level fishing spots. Surprise appeared in Lin Yi's eyes. How powerful is the divine realm? He has felt it. Now, a god-level fisherman appeared unexpectedly. How could he not be excited? Then, Lin Yi immediately turned on the fishing mode. Among the many ordinary fishing spots, look for the so-called special fishing spots. The next true god. The upper true god. The next true god. Mythical. Keep looking. One by one, the dazzling ripples quickly passed by. However, among them, the one with the highest personality is only the upper true god. The so-called god-level fishing spots have not seen half of the hair. Strangeness. Lin Yi was puzzled, suddenly thought of a possibility. Could it be in the Blue Star Sea territory? Think about this. He hurried through the portal and returned to Kiyu Garden. After turning on the fishing mode again. As expected. Right next to the Sea View Villa, a corrugated fishing spot surrounded by regular shimmering lights appeared. Lin Yi hurried over. Open black lens bracket supreme fishing spot unique close black lens bracket. Person. Godhead. Drop. Special creature. Duo with a chance of crit fishing. Take a look. Only then did I realize that this fishing spot is weird. Unlike normal fishing spots that stay in place, this ripple is like licking a dog. Deadly chasing the island forward. The ladder turns a corner, it never goes straight. There is a taste of, I will depend on you. See this. Can Lin Yi get used to it? Even building upgrade orders are useless. Let Wei Wei go to the island of the fallen god to inform all units after returning. Take out the fishing rod directly. Throw the hook into the range of the fishing point. The time limit for the existence of fishing points and the number of failed attempts have been cancelled. Lin Yi put all worries behind her. If you fail once, try again. The third time, 100th time, gotta catch you. Move a leather sofa from the void rift. The top luxury made of mythical crocodile monsters. The islanders clean up the things they get when they pass by the island in their spare time. And so on. Lin Yi still has a lot in his pocket. The quality of life is not ordinary nourishment. Place the sofa on the beach. Sit down. After feeling the cold comfort all over his body, Lin Yi turned his body sideways. Arms propped on the sofa. The palm rests on the chin, very leisurely. An hour passed. There is nothing on the float, and the islands are sailing randomly. 2 hours passed. Lin Yi is very patient. Night fell. Starlight sprinkled on the beach. 18 hours have passed. Lin Yi is still calm. The fishing career for many days has tempered his heart to be extremely strong. Island owner. Avli came over with a tray. The steps are elegant and the voice is moving. The face of melon seeds illuminated by the starlight has a different kind of mature taste. Hard to imagine. This woman who fights like a beast will have such a look. You have been sitting for more than 10 hours. This is the spiritual fruit prepared by Wei Wei for supper. Afri moved out a table from her void rift. Carefully put it beside Lin Yi. Put the plate full of the fruit of life on it. On the fruit, the wisps of coldness emanating from it prove that it has been frozen by magic for a long time. After the internal juice freezes, cut into small pieces and topped with Lin Yi's salad dressing. If this scene is watched by others, I'm afraid I will scold my mother on the spot. A fruit of life that can elevate ordinary creatures into true gods. Here at Lin Yi, it's just supper. The gap between people is too big. Okay. Lin Yi sat firmly on the sofa, smiled and nodded. The island of the meteor god is still on the way back. The girls from the hero group came back first. They have practice tasks every day. You cannot rest until you defeat an enemy higher than your own level. This is also after a fully defeated the training partner, Sha, in the illusion. Lin Yi's specially customized rules. After all, without pressure, there is no motivation. Except Avery. Others suffer. I have to stay in the practice field for more than 10 hours every day. The burden of taking care of Lin Yi's life fell on a Fuli. Sit down. Lin Yi hooked his chin and said calmly, do you still remember the previous memory? Get permission. After a flea took out a stool, she picked up the fruit with a fork. Reveal the color of memory. Do not remember. A Fuli parted her red lips slightly, and said with a sweet smile, I used to feel that I was in a dark space until I met the island master. It is the luckiest thing in my life to be your soldier. Talking, she handed the fruit of life on the fork to Lin Yi's mouth. Be careful, while dragging under the fruit fork with the other hand. Everybody knows. Island owners need to concentrate when fishing. Do not disturb accidents unless the island owner specially orders. Under normal circumstances, it is possible to serve the island owner. A dark space. Lin Yi gently bit off the frozen fruit. There was some doubt in his eyes. According to the behavior, habits and logic of life of a few women, it is not like a life that has not happened in the world. Avli and Albetha were in the dark space before fishing. Sauron, Fia, and Sha are in the pure white space. Nake is also in a sea of Wongyang without any living things. If it wasn't for the system to wash away their memories, where the girls came from, I'm afraid it's all an undeveloped, chaotic world that hasn't evolved. Do you like this world? Lin Yi asked with a smile. This world. Afri stood up after handing out a piece of fruit again. Walking behind Lin Yi, he said earnestly, I like a place where there is an island owner. Finished. She stretched out her long and strong fingers. Strenuously but with extra effort, he pressed on Lin Yi's shoulder. This homework, it seems to have become a must-have skill for all the girls of the hero group. Not to please. I just want to interact with Lin Yi. Thanks. Lin Yi stared at the float on the ripples. My heart is full of joy. The stars never dimmed. The two of them just stood on the sea, chatting leisurely. Considering the mythical quality of the sofa, the comfort is really not poking. Lin Yi thoughtfully asked Fuli to sit with him. Time passed quickly. 3 hours passed again. Finally, the fish is moving. Call out. Lin Yi catches the moment. The Black Thunder Light is even given the 6-wisp rule. All for speed. Such amazing speed that even Avli didn't catch the moment when he pulled the rod. Detect the disparity between the power of the host and the target, and activate the auxiliary fishing. Power bonus is in progress. Squeak. Huge pull comes from the fishing rod. Even if the reel has the brake device that comes with the system, it cannot prevent the fishing line from being dragged into the deep sea by the prey. Make a harsh squeak. The fishing rod is pulled to the extreme meniscus shape. It seems that the next second, it will break. Damn it. What the hell? Lin Yi took a deep breath. This pulling force was something he had never seen before. Horrible. If it weren't for the power of the system. He felt that in just a moment, he would be submerged in the 10,000-meter deep sea to take a bath. Give me up. Bang bang. The high-ranking artifact worn by Lin Yi, the light blue robe exploded. With a naked body, his muscles bulged like a dragon. Crazy blood flow. It even made the body surface temperature reach nearly 100 degrees. Hot and smoking. Island owner. Afri's pupils shrank sharply. She has seen Lin Yi go fishing many times. However, I have never seen such a scene. Under the deep sea, what is there? How powerful it is. But, when she saw Lin Yi's appearance at this time, her complexion changed immediately. 0. On her fair and pretty face, thick blushing instantly covered the roots of her ears. Cannot watch. A Fuli turned her head and covered her eyes, like a little girl who didn't understand. However, he heard the national quintessence roar constantly ringing beside him. She still couldn't help sneaking a few glances through her fingers. Is this what Yar usually talks about? Think of the skills and knowledge points instilled by the succubus and the sisters on weekdays. A Fuli's heart beat like a deer. Don't know what to do now. Grass. Get up for me. Lin Yi's pupils even started to turn red. He can feel it clearly. The underwater creature named Duo was obviously helping him. Keep swimming to the sea. But there are 2 other forces on the hook fighting against him, forcibly counteracting Dodo's help. As a result, the fishing line has not been drawn in for a long time. As the wire wheel turns quickly. Before I knew it, the fishing line that had been pulled out for hundreds of thousands of meters was about to bottom out. Exclamation mark. Call out. The last piece of line pops off the reel. Dragging a long arc, it sank into the sea. Lin Yi looked at the empty reel and was dumbfounded. This is the first time pulling an empty reel. It's outrageous. However, fishing lines can also be summoned by consciousness. He wasn't worried about not getting it back. As the pull on the fishing rod disappears. Affected by inertia, Lin Yi flew straight behind him. It happened to suppress a Fuli who couldn't dodge in time. Eyes on each other. A Fuli's hands that wanted to catch Lin Yi were also in the proper position. Afri. Lin Yi's originally exhausted body. It seems to be full of power again. looking at the delicious, beautiful and charming person in front of him. Unless abnormal. Otherwise a man will definitely make the right choice. No. Afri panicked and slightly delighted black eyes. The stars in the sky. It's like it's been stained with blood. Incomparably scarlet. The bright sun shrouded the blue star sea. On the beach, wet sand that seems to have been washed by the tide. But it seems not quite. The surrounding area seemed to be in a mess after a fierce battle. Fruit of life salad scattered on the ground. The priceless things placed in the outside world were overturned on the ground. Hiss. Lin Yi covered her eyes. Seeing the bright light between his fingers, he understood. Before I knew it, several hours had passed. Island. The owner of the island. Afri lay on his strong chest with a concerned face. The slender thighs look like octopus tentacles, wrapped tightly around Lin Yi. Seems very dissatisfied with the sudden passage of time. Are you okay? Lin Yi rubbed his eyes. The tone was gentle, and he held the other party's fragrant shoulders covered with sand. His eyes are full of love. Fine. Avery pursed her lips and smiled. Let go of your limbs and struggle to get up from the beach. Methodically pick out clothing in void cracks. Island master, can I take turns with Yar and Wei Wei to accompany you in the evening? After taking out a tight light armor again, there was hope in her eyes. Forehead. Lin Yi was taken aback for a moment, then smiled and said, of course. Seriously, on the panel of Avli's attribute, 037, the terrifying talent bonus is very shocking. If you don't integrate the laws of the thunder system to fight. Not an enemy at all. Fortunately, after mastering the laws of the thunder system, Lin Yi finally retained the dignity of a male. The two cleaned up the messy surroundings. Walked side by side to the depths of the Seven Moon Garden. After Afri said goodbye, Lin Yi stood in front of the Real Illusion training field. Take out the 8 building upgrade orders. Yesterday, I fished at a god-level fishing spot and let him understand. There is more than one creature under the water. 100% other items of the same level exist. It may be other heroes, or it may be other props. All in all, want to catch them. Be prepared for a long struggle. Now, the most urgent thing is to use the resources that can be improved first. Do you want to consume 3 building upgrade orders to upgrade the Real Illusion practice field to the Godhead level? Close black lens bracket. 3 pieces. Lin Yi was puzzled for a moment and then suddenly realized. No wonder Luo Feng didn't use the building upgrade order. In addition to not being allowed by time, feelings are also limited in quantity. There are only 8 upgrade orders. Consumes 3 pieces at once. Lin Yi calculated seriously. The current buildings on the island that can be upgraded include the Illusion Practice Field, the Temple of Tranquility, and the Dragon Knight Altar. Besides, it seems that there is really nothing to improve. The Dragon Knight Altar is useless. With the Temple of Tranquility, the professional skills of the Dragon Knight can be steadily improved with the use of proficiency. The God-level sparring partner in the Real Illusion practice field is actually very important. Lin Yi considered the gains and losses. The level of the practice field has been raised again. Opened a private room to check the changes. He found. The Godhead sparring partner can freely increase the degree of control by 0.1% minus 100% according to the regulation. Very practical. Everyone on the island can also go to the Illusory Realm training field to feel the strength of the existence of the Divine Realm. Perhaps, you can also realize the skills of law control in the battle. The perfect training base. Upgraded from the Godhead level to the Godzang level. It needs to consume 20 building upgrade orders. The remaining tokens cannot meet the requirements. Lin Yi then went to the Temple of Tranquility next to him and used the props. Consume the building upgrade order X1, the effect of the Temple of Tranquility has been improved. Consume the building upgrade order X1, the effect of the Temple of Tranquility has been improved. Consume building upgrade order X3, the effect of Tranquil Temple has been improved. 3 rays of light rise from the simple ancient wooden building. After upgrading, the building materials of the Temple of Tranquility have become even older, full of the breath of endless years. Even standing outside, you can get the halo gain in your heart, and you will be surrounded by Ancho. Temple of Tranquility +3. Type: Special Construction. Effect: Calm down the complex emotions in your heart, increase the probability of comprehending skills, or improve the quality of original skills, etc. Remarks. After the upgrade, the perception value of the game unit has been slightly increased. After reading the effect, Lin Yi clapped his hands in satisfaction. In this way, even if there is no pure godhead, in the future, everyone on the island will be able to comprehend the mysteries of the law. After the degree of control is improved, the combat power is not inferior to the enemies in the god realm. Boss. The small coal balls ran to the trunk of the world tree at some point. The flexible figure jumped left and right. In 2 or 3 strokes, he came to Lin Yi and handed a map of the magic array to Lin Yi. This is the leap formation you want. The little coal ball's tone was a little dignified. It is completely different from the lively and restless appearance of the past. What's wrong? Lin Yi took the map of the magic circle. No blemishes were found, according to his demands. This large leap formation can be used in the Sea of God's domain. There is something wrong with the batch of golden seawater you gave me last time. The little coal ball frowned and explained. There are a lot of space element factors in those liquids, and every drop of combination is an extremely powerful seal structure. I suspect that some kind of powerful creature may be suppressed under the Sea of God's domain. Seal. Lin Yi heard this word again. It's also quite weird in my heart. Are there any other discoveries? Lin Yi asked. The little coal ball nodded. After some consideration, he said, not only is it a space element, but I also discovered a mysterious energy. This energy is different from all kinds of magic elements in the world, it is more like a repulsive force. I fight against this kind of thing all the time, but as long as the seawater leaves the Sea of God's domain for half an hour, that repulsive force will disappear. In the field of elemental research, small coal ball can also be regarded as a supermaster. The mysterious energy that even she can't analyze can only be guessed. Suffice it to say, the specificity of that energy. Keep researching, or, Lin Yi suddenly thought of the dark glass in the deep sea, and suggested, you can go to the bottom of the deep sea to have a look, it may be helpful for your research. Explore mysterious events. It's not his forte. Let the small briquettes touch the black side. Might be able to find a lot of things. Good boss. The little briquette cheered up and looked at Lin Yi expectantly. The familiar eyes appeared again. Lin Yi understood in an instant. This is 500,000 amethyst coins. He changed the subject and said with a dark face, the amethyst coin I gave you last time, why didn't even the water splash out? This. The little coal ball was a little embarrassed, scratched his head and promised, the main reason is that the deduction of the true god's talent is very complicated. This time, I will definitely give the boss a satisfactory answer. Good guy, already working on true god level talents. Lin Yi was a little shocked. I thought that after she made a breakthrough in the mythical talent, she would delve into other fields. It seems that he is really smashing the talent gene. I remembered that there were 5 arms expansion orders in the bag. He handed the unused token to the small coal ball, and said in thought, talents cannot be studied for the time being. High-quality talents have no adaptation characteristics, and their effects will become less and less effective. Shift the focus to the time-velocity array, and the seal-related items. After mastering the rules, with increasing control, amplification effect is not comparable to talent. If there is a stable main system time-velocity magic circle, the benefits will be beyond imagination. And, as the time goes, in the future, there will be more divine fruits, which can directly change the innate personality. There's no need to waste time on this. Good boss. The little briquette raised his hand to salute, and said happily, I promise to complete the task. 5 arms expansion orders. More than 200 magic elves can be added. For her, it is simply the most perfect buff tool. After sending out the small coal balls, Lin Yi handed over the leap magic circle to An Li and arranged it on the island of the god of meteor. The Sea of God's domain is very vast, but apart from those high-status fishing spots, he really has no reason to explore deeply. After all, danger and opportunity coexist. Who knows what kind of snakeskin ghost will suddenly appear. Now, Lin Yi's eyes stopped at the Seaview Villa. Get rid of the god-level fishing spots first, and then consider other high-level fishing spots in the Sea of Gods. I still don't believe it, I can't deal with you. Use your mind to retrieve the fishing gear. The fishing line that fell into the sea was also wound back into the reel at this time. If it weren't for this time the coil exploded. Lin Yi really didn't know that there were hundreds of thousands of meters of fishing line in this ordinary little reel. It is indeed a system creation. Really awesome. God's Domain Forum. At this time, the various personal gods were bombarded by a piece of heavy news. A shadow creature broke into the sea of the gods, and the 8 pillars jointly offered a reward to investigate the cause of the incident. Close black lens bracket. Below the post, the number of page views is as high as 100. The number of clicks is also amazing. But, the island masters who have the right to speak on this post are only a minority. Faced with this post personally posted by the main god level, many islands couldn't help but have deep doubts in their hearts. Strange, why shadow creatures can enter the sealed Golden Sea. I have never heard of such a situation. According to the coordinates given by God, they are all distributed around Sea Territory 2.9, which is newly connected to God's domain. This is also a clue. It has been nearly 1,000,000 years, and the 8 pillars have never been so united. The sky is about to change again. Those disgusting bedbugs want to annex the island world all the time. They really should break the seal and kill them. The bounty reward is too generous, enough for me to refine the 9th level of domain solidification. Some distant sea. An island master who had just shattered his godhead and cultivated a first-level domain finished reading the post. After comparing your own coordinates, can't help standing up from the seat of God. Look carefully, he is only 1 meter tall, and his chubby humanoid head is very funny. Sitting cross-legged on the stool with limbs like lotus roots, he looked contemplative. It's very close to me. If I can collect effective clues, I am very likely to refine the 2nd-level domain in the next 100,000 years. That's also a safe zone. Well, there should be no ability god who is interested in me. Well, it's safe. Think about it. He took off his coat and put on equipment that could cover his body tightly. If anyone else sees him, they will be surprised. It turned out to be ginseng. A super magic medicine with a lifespan of more than 1,000,000 years. Have you heard that Luo Fang's alliance was completely wiped out in one day? Only a few lucky guys who lost their way in the sea of bewildered beasts managed to escape. Hiss. Luo Feng is a god in the divine realm. With hundreds of god-level island masters in the alliance, how could it be over in a day? Is it possible that Luo Feng has provoked the great god of the divine hidden realm? Only the existence of that level can easily destroy Luo Feng, right? Sacred hidden realm. Ha ha ha, you seem to know nothing about power. What qualifications does he have to be recorded by such a great god? Yes, it may be the island master of the divine realm who masters the laws of height. After all, Luo Feng has just been promoted to the divine realm not long ago. In a chat group, several gods and island owners of different levels had a heated discussion. This is no ordinary thing. Lord of the god realm. Even in such a vast place as the island world, the proportion of island owners who can advance to the Tao god realm is also very small. The time for pure godhead to appear is too harsh. The vast majority of island owners meet the 2 requirements of divine energy and power of faith at the same time. Only one piece of pure godhead fusion is missing. You can only rely on the gods for tens of thousands of years of long life. Waiting abruptly, seizing a fleeting opportunity. There is a chance to merge with the godhead and become an island master of the godhead. Or accumulate a large number of sea island coins and buy one at the legendary god's domain exchange through relationships. After successful integration, at that time, the Mother Sea area where the island owner is located will completely open the link with the sea of God's domain. Homogeneous to the most holy golden ocean. Never worry about bouncing back with the undersea shadow monster. So, one of the only divine realms around, unexpectedly fell. They were all in shock. Luo Feng is proud by nature, and it is his own fault to be able to get to where he is today. It's just that, I don't know if the area he is in will be occupied by that mysterious strong man. Well, as far as I know, there are still some amethyst magic mines there. Although they have been mined by Luo Feng for hundreds of years, the rest is enough for us to share. It's really greedy. I'm just a little worried about that mysterious island owner. Wait. I just received news that the 8 pillars of God's domain forum have jointly issued a reward. Hey, 8 pillars, are you sure you heard right? The source of the news is the Centaur Island owner who has a long-term trade relationship with me. His alliance just released the latest news today. And he has also been confirmed by many parties, and the news is no problem. This is the reward screenshot.jpg. Shadow creatures have appeared in the Sea of God's domain. How is it possible? It's really news from the God's Domain forum, but this is too weird. I've never even heard of these rewards. The ones who leave messages are all great gods who are above the 6th level of Shenzang, and they are all starting to go crazy. Look, isn't this coordinate right next to us, the sea area where Luofeng was before? Could it be that there are gods from the Tibetan realm who came here to search for clues? It doesn't matter. I'm going, even if I can't find any useful information. I can earn money by searching all the resource islands that Luofeng occupied before. The latest news is that several alliances that are 10 days away from us are all coming to this coordinate. We can fish in troubled waters, and it's not bad to pick up some soup. I'll go too. With those God Realm Island Masters rushing forward, even if the mysterious Island Master wants to make a move, he will only deal with them. Yes, count me in. If you find a clue, the low-end props such as pure godhead, those great gods should not be stingy, right? It makes sense. Let's go. The chat group messages came to an abrupt end. After discussion, everyone returned to the island to pack up supplies and legions. Make full preparations to go to the coordinate sea area. Such a picture happened in various surrounding sea areas. Down to the true god level. Up to the divine realm. Everyone wants to participate in the reward offered jointly by the 8 pillars. Even the divine Tibetan realm came quickly from a distant place. Just to find a trace of information. Obtain bounty resources to take a step to a higher level. The island world that has been silent for a long time has resumed its movement again. Did you find it? No. The world is about to be chaotic. They're coming back. It's been a long time ago. Must choose. Under the blue sky, the waves beat tirelessly on the beach. Lin, who was wearing beach shorts, was breathing hot air all the time. 10th time. The god-level fishing point broke free from the hook again. He even doubted it. Did the system deliberately find something that couldn't be caught? 10 times. 7 times the coil was pulled and exploded. 3 times is not a perfect timing. For nearly 10 days. He didn't even know what the things below looked like. The degree of law control has increased by 1%. Lin Yi fell on the beach. Open your properties panel. Open black lens bracket. Lin Yi close black lens bracket. Race, human. Level, true god, upper peak. Person, true god. Law, lightning law controls 8%. Constitution, 180. J, 195. Agility, 180. 195. Talent, heavenly thunder flame, true god, supreme fishing. Skills, slightly, if it weren't for the discovery that fishing with the weak law can enhance control. Lin Yi gave up a long time ago. But, although nothing was caught, he was very satisfied with the 3% increase in control in 10 days. The 3 gleams of light merged into the thunder element factor. The strength is obviously stronger. Longing for Luofeng. Fusion godhead for many years. Arcane rules are only 2%. You can know how efficient this speed is. Among them, it may be related to Luofeng's own perception. However, the gain brought by fishing is still very obvious. If that's the case, you can stay in the Blue Star Sea, pull the control to 100%, and then explore the Sea of God's domain. It's very stable. Lin Yi couldn't help but have this idea. After all, isn't the fundamental purpose of fishing to improve one's strength? Bored in the mountains to practice swords for decades. Very reasonable, my lord. Sha suddenly flew over, kneeling respectfully beside Lin Yi. What's the effect? Lin Yi asked. Have mastered the 1% hidden law. Raised his head abruptly. In the pale gold eyes, the fanaticism never abated. Supreme Lord. Previously, he selflessly shared his experience in controlling the Raiden rules. After this, all island creatures, except the illusion training room. Temple of Tranquility Epiphany rule power. It has also become a compulsory course. Now, possesses the highest level break on the island. By virtue of rank advantage. The law of twilight that guides the elemental factors in the air is more perceptible than others. After successfully extracting one of them, he finally became the second place in the island, an existence that can exert the power of rules without a godhead. Now, If you let Sha deal with Luo Feng again, enough to kill it easily. Even without the god-killing shadow, it's extremely easy. Good. The corners of Lin Yi's mouth twitched slightly. Sky. This is too fast. Previously, he thought it was because he was endowed with special talents. The feeling is because the increase in the Temple of Tranquility is too strong. Recently, go to the edge of the Sea of God's domain to inspect, and report any other movements at any time. Lin Yi exhorted. The island of Meteor God is docked at the 700th boundary of the God's domain channel. It can stop many foreign gods, and some high-level sea beasts that occasionally enter the Blue Star. But the scope of detection is very limited. A break with concealment ability is very suitable for patrol missions. Now also mastered the law of concealment. Most creatures should not be able to detect her traces. Follow your will. Sha put his palm to his heart. After saluting respectfully, he flew straight to the portal. According to the time, as the world tree going to be transformed, Lin Yi's eyes were burning. The towering giant tree on the island can be more than 200 meters. The golden silk pattern flowing all over the body has come to an end. Soon to be promoted to a god-level god tree. By the time, the lower limit of the island creature's personality will leap to the upper limit again. Go and see first. Putting away the fishing gear, Lin Yi strode towards the center of the island. It seems that the pace is very slow, but in the blink of an eye, his figure appeared beside the world tree. At this time, the golden silk pattern all over the body of the world tree is obviously much thicker. Still flickering faintly, each simple leaf contains full life energy and divine energy. If Lin Yi wants to make money, just pick some leaves and break a few branches. You can exchange for a lot of wealth in the Sea of the Gods. Obviously, the risks involved far outweigh the benefits. Once being targeted, if it is a powerful god that cannot be understood, islands and even Blue Star will face a catastrophe. Really, you can be promoted to the god level. Lin Yi read the information about the world tree. Suddenly a touch of joy welled up in my heart. Since the true god realm can't catch the god level fishing spot, Tiantian level, with the control of the thunder element, this is always okay. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.